he's got an athlete's heart, and he looks at our business with a sort of athlete's mentality as well, that, you know, right? You have to put a lot of...
I think it helped a lot, you know, we had to practice, and Casey would say perfect practice makes perfect, and, you know, my brother worked very hard at baseball and then hard at music, and, you know, we came from a generation where you had to actually work hard to get good at something, and I think this generation expects for things to come to them, and back then, you know, we had to make our own things happen for ourselves. So it was an athlete's mentality was certainly the best approach to everything, to detachment, to hard work, to perspiration. You know, so many young people that want to go into this business, they naturally think in terms of inspiration, which is easy, and that excitement and dreaming about it. But what it really comes down to is it's 90% perspiration. And the more you do, the better you get. It's no mystery when Meryl Streep is the best actress in the world, and she's doing 2 movies a year, 3 movies a year. She's spending more time on the set acting than anybody else, and therefore she's better than everybody else. So it comes right down to actually the hard work, which is better relatable to sports than anything else.
Well, now I wanted to just for a second go back to when Melissa was 10 again, because this is interesting. This is when her sister Sarah was born, and you know Sarah now from the Roseanne show and the talk show and so forth. But tell us, when you were already working at that point, tell us about what it was like when Sarah was born.
Oh my gosh! Well, I was actually 11 when Sarah was born, and it was, you know, she was like my first child essentially. I had them put her nursery next to mine because I wanted to be able to feed her and play with her and change her and feed her. And actually, I was just thinking about this the other day. She just had her 3rd child too. She and her wife were married a year ago, April, and they just had a little boy, Rose, and I was thinking about him, and I was thinking about her when she was a baby. And I would come home from the set with my hair in the braids, and I would tickle her with them. I would tickle her braids, and she thought that's what the hairstyle was called. So when she was about 3, she asked for us to put her hair in tickies. And so we called them tickies from then on. Those were never pigtails or braids, those were tickies.
That's good. I want to ask both about mentors, because you've both been really lucky, and you talked about Michael Land. I want to ask Tim for a minute here, because he worked with a lot of great film directors, but first of all, working with these guys in 30-something. You know, it's no coincidence. Virtually every star in 30-something became an outstanding director afterwards, which is really interesting. So, Tim, talk about that. Talk about how you became a director out of 30-something.
Well, you know, I'm going to back that up just a little bit more. Growing up next door to a guy named John Cusack, and John Cusack was in the Hall of Fame at Alma, lettered in, has 12 varsity letters, and he also ran the Little League, and he did stuff with kids, and he gave back to kids, and so a lot of the coaching in me or the directing in me, it goes back to naturally, if you're good at something, you're going to make sure that those behind you also are learning what you learned, which is what John taught me. So my first mentor was probably John